Good after 1:34. Hello, my name is Hannah. If you're new to my channel, this might be kind of a weird video. The thing is, if you know me in person, especially if you are a close friend or family member of mine, you'll know this is not uncommon for me to do, is make a list of things that we need to talk about. Thing number one, my child is 4 months and a half, I think, and he loves songs and he loves singing so much. I've decided not to share too much about, my child, not showing him too much on my channel, but I just want to tell you guys, he is objectively adorable. I'm just a little bit biased, but he is objectively extremely cute, and he'll just be sitting there hanging out, and as soon as I start singing Little Mermaid, he lights up and it's so fun. I love singing with him. His favorite song right now is probably the Itsy Bitsy Spider. His favorite part is when the sun comes out and dries up all the rain. He's just all about positivity and PMA. Thing number two, I also have a question, just putting it out there for anyone who has had any success with this, to all of my other parents in the audience. I have a second language. I'm not totally fluent or anything, but I am a little proficient in the Francais, and I would love to raise my child being able to speak another language. It would be so cool if he had 2 first languages, or at least had some sort of proficiency in another language as he's growing up, because I find language fascinating, and children just absorb language and grammar and structure and syntax and everything so easily when they're babies. So I've been sort of experimenting, like not putting too much pressure on myself or pressure on him at all. It's just for fun, experimenting with a little bit of immersion, even though we're not in France and I am not fluent, so I feel so awkward when I speak to him in French. It just does not come naturally to me at all. So I've been learning French lullabies. I've learned Les Petits Poissons, Il pleut, pleut bergère. Here's what I want to say, side note. Y'all French people out there, I know I've got a lot of French viewers, hello, bonjour, and all of you. Bonjour. Your French lyrics are so weird. Like, you guys talk about real weird stuff in your songs and your lullabies. Like in English we have Rockabye Baby, which is like one of the most morbid lullabies ever. There's a baby in a bassinet in the tree, and then the tree branch falls and so does the baby. That is the end of the song. Yeah, I'm just finding it fascinating. My favorite one is Ohé, ohé, matelot, matelot navigue sur les flots. It gets weird. There's cannibalism in there, guys. But here's my question for any parents. Has anyone raised their babies successfully with a second first language? So not teaching them, not explicitly like we're doing flashcards or we're learning another language. Someone did give me the hack of, if you're gonna do screen time, which we would like to reduce as much as possible, keep to a minimum, they have French versions of shows like French Peppa Pig, which would be cool. Thing number 3, if you are walking around saying, I don't have any ideas, I just don't know, I have no ideas, I'm completely out of ideas, I've completely run dry, you're just speaking truth. But if you, at the moment, don't know what those ideas are, you can change your language to what you say, and if you say like, I've got tons of ideas coming to me, your idea will come. I'm just saying, don't tell yourself what you don't want to hear, because you are just speaking it into existence. Same goes for money, your love life, etc. Thing number 4 I think I'm on is I have a business idea. I'm very much an idea person. I'm a doer as well, but I have a lot of ideas, but I don't always execute them very well. I have this idea for like a parenting mentor website type of thing. Listen, you become a parent, and everyone's first baby is like, what the hell am I doing? I have no idea how to take care of this baby. Yeah, they've got websites, they've got books, they've got like, you can read stuff, whatever, and you can read as much as you want, but sometimes you just need another parent to walk you through it and give you advice. I think it would be so cool if there was this service that they provided, especially for people who maybe don't have a lot of other parent friends. You could go on this website and pick a parent mentor, and they could come to your house and you get to like text them unlimitedly. Thankfully, I have a parenting mentor. Her name is Ellen Fisher. She is my sister. She is on speed dial, if that happens anymore. And I also have like a group text with my mom friends, just like texting each other about things like, oh, I need help with this, yada yada, what do you think? I think that could be an awesome business. Somebody else go do that. Parent mentor, mommy mentor, something like that. Thing number 5 is sort of a tip for you if you want to eat healthier, if you want to be productive, if you're super busy and you don't know how to make wholesome foods or you just can't find the time, don't make dinner at dinner time. Make dinner at another time of day. Either it's food prepped at the beginning of the week, or you realize, you know, it's 2 p.m. I'm gonna start cutting potatoes, and you start cutting things. Don't just, you know, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock rolls around and you're like, well, I guess I gotta make dinner. You open the fridge and that's not a good plan. You will not succeed. Don't make dinner at dinner time, make it earlier. Thing number 6, I also don't know if I'm counting correctly, is to subscribe. I rarely ask you to subscribe because I mostly forget, but also because it just feels very what's the word? I don't know, it feels awkward. But you know, if you are a supporter of this channel in your head, you should probably be a supporter in your finger and click the subscribe button, because it actually does help. I know views are sort of where it's at when it comes to the YouTube game, but having a large, an accurate representation of who likes the channel, who clicks subscribe, it's a thing. I would love to see you click it. Thank you. This is a note, this is a thing. I think we're on 7. I was a bad sleeper growing up. I had heard my entire life, ever since you were a baby, Hannah, you were just a terrible sleeper. You just cried and cried and would not fall asleep. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Now I'm just gonna take that, put that even deeper into my brain, and it's gonna become even more of a reality. If you have children who are bad sleepers, you know, bad at whatever, you know, as a baby, just don't tell them, because they don't need to know. They don't need to know that consciously, because it's going to become a subconscious thing. Number 8, sweeping declaration. I am never having coffee again. I am saying this on the internet. I am posting it here and now. No more coffee for Hannah, ever, 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 ever. Here's why. I have a tricky relationship with coffee. I love it. It's like, you know, like a bad relationship where you love them so much and they don't treat you so good. I've always loved coffee. I have gone through deep, dark phases where I'm very addicted to coffee, mostly in college, especially when I was on the newspaper. And listen, it's delicious. I'm not saying you can't drink coffee. You do whatever you want to do. I keep convincing myself it's okay. You know, I like the Blue Zones thing. I really love the Blue Zones, and I follow them on Instagram, and they'll be like, coffee is great for you, and these people who drink it live to be 1,000. Great, I'm gonna have a cup, then I don't feel good after. I don't feel good after. Hannah, no more. You can't have coffee, Hannah. But you, listener, can. Number 9 is, this is a video idea I've had for maybe over a year, but I haven't done it because I think I don't think it'll go over well. I don't think people will receive it very well. It's a PSA. I'm just gonna say it here. Maybe we can talk about this together, guys. How do we make people on the road drive more safely? I think the reason now I'm finally just like, let's talk about it, is because I have precious cargo. I have a child, a baby on board. Why do people, they're on the freeway and they realize, oh shoot, I need this exit. This is my exit. And they cross 4 lanes without even looking, or even if they are looking, they're going so fast. They're risking their lives, the lives of others, just so they can make their exit. If this is you, this is what you do. If you think you're gonna make your exit, just go over safely, get off the next exit, and turn around. We all are using Google Maps. We're all using GPS. It can reroute you. It's okay. You might lose 2 minutes. It's better than losing your life. I'm not 100% positive about the legality of this thing, but I'm fairly certain it's illegal to ride your bike on the sidewalk. If you ride your bike on the sidewalk, it is so much more dangerous. I know you think you feel safer, and it's so much harder for cars to know that there's a bike on the sidewalk. They think only pedestrians are there, and then you start to cross the road. If you're in the crosswalk, it is so frustrating to me when there's bikers on the sidewalk. It is not safe, and I know it feels like counterintuitive, but it's actually safer in the road. PSA over. Oh no, I don't know. I think we're on thing number 10. Listen, guys, I'm gonna say this real quiet, but I have to talk about it. It's been on my mind for months. I can't, months, like 4 months. 3-4 months. The Queens Gambit was one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen, and I don't want to just criticize someone else's, you know, creation or something, but it's so frustrating to me that it's like getting all this attention and everyone I know loved it besides me and my husband. You ever like watch something that is so popular and you're like, why do people why do people like this? And it's like frustrating, but you don't want to say it. But I did say it to some of my friends and I really just come off as a snob. I'm kind of very critical about television, like extremely. If you like the Queen's Gambit, that's fine. So did everyone else. If you didn't like the Queen's Gambit, hi, I need you in my life. I found it so boring. I thought, like, from a writing perspective, like there was nothing at stake. Like, so she plays chess, like that, and so she has addictions. Like, I don't know, I just found it very trite. I didn't find it interesting. The one saving grace is it was beautiful. You know, the main actress, beautiful, giant eyes, lips like this the whole time. And the set design, beautiful, costumes, beautiful. I just got, you know, I'm pretty bored of mid-century modern design. It's cool, but we've seen it so many times. I just had to say it, and now you can be very mad at me. It wouldn't be a Hannah video without some grammar. There's a difference between little and few. Few is when you can count something. It's generally when the noun has an S on the end, and little is when you can't count something. And if you want to say like, oh, there's very little water in here, you mean there's not a lot of water. You can't say there's few water, right? But if you say, oh, there's very little people here, that's wrong. You need to say there's very few people, because people you can count. The last thing I want to say is about some really beautiful interactions I've had with strangers recently. I keep meeting strangers, both when Cosmo was in my belly or in my arms. I'll meet mostly mothers, but sometimes fathers too, who just want to talk about parenthood with me, and I love it. I'm here for it. It's unsolicited advice, but it's not unwelcome. I'm totally listening. And one of the main things people say is the best advice is don't listen to advice. It's just to like take it all in. Take in what everyone has to say and then just follow your gut, because you are the right mother for this child. Wow, it's so true.